Hi, welcome back to another PETV episode. I want to talk about 3 reasons why your buyers aren't buying. Let's get into it. But first things first, make sure you tap that bell and subscribe so you never miss an episode or the opportunity to learn simple sales strategies to take your leads from cold to close and finally master sales online. My name is Keaney. I'm a sales ninja and marketing mentor for high achieving female coaches and VAs that want to ditch hustle and they want to have a 6-figure scale in their online businesses by mastering their sales skills. Okay, so I have people quite often that will ask me, how are you getting people? There's people in my audience that are interested, they're eager, they're not buying. How do I get my buyers to buy, right? There's 3 things I want to share with you guys specifically, why I see this happening, why I see this coming up, what you can do about it, what is going on here. So there's 3 reasons that your buyers are not showing up and buying, okay? Number 1, you haven't articulated the transformation clearly enough. So maybe you're talking about your program, maybe you're talking about your offer, and that's all good. But your people need to clearly understand what they're getting, what that transformation is going to be, and what that outcome is for them. Like what is going to be the outcome, the transformation that they're going to have when they pull the trigger and make that investment. Now, many times you might know in your mind what this is, but you don't articulate it clearly. And so what happens is there's a gap between what you're telling your potential client and what they're getting from it, right? And so sometimes I have to work with my clients to really get them to articulate it in a way that is like, sell me on this. Like, we've got to get really clear on that transformation, leave the fluff out of it, trim the fat, cut the fluff, get straight down to the transformation, clearly learn how to articulate that so that it's just something very quickly that your clients can say yes to, they can wrap their head around, and they can make a clear decision, okay? So typically you'll have potential buyers in your audience, but they're not buying because you haven't articulated that transformation clearly enough for them. The second thing is that they just don't believe it's possible. Now, sometimes this can happen for 2 reasons. Number 1, they don't believe it's possible because you've oversold them. Meaning you just like, oh, we'll do this and this and this and this and this, and I'm going to give you this and this and this and this. And they're like, bullshit. Like, yeah, right. How is that possible? What? Like, they have all this doubt. They can't even like wrap their head. They almost think you're like bullshitting them, right? You've oversold. You've just gone too far. You've just gone too deep. You've just taken it too far, right? This creates this like, yeah, this isn't possible. They're not going to come out and tell you, yeah, right. They're just probably going to say, I just don't have time for this or whatever. They're going to give you some kind of excuse, objection. And then the other thing is maybe that they can't see that it's possible for them because they're here and you're telling them you're going to take them here, but you haven't really shown them, right? So for them, they feel like, oh, it sounds good, but like, I've invested before. I've done things before. It didn't work out. Like I'm trying to do things now that are not working. I just can't see that for me. It feels so far away. It feels like it's going to be so hard, or it feels like it's going to take forever. So you need to really articulate that and get really clear on a 3 to 5 step path that you're going to take them through that's going to get them from point A to point B. Show them what's possible through your own experience using your system, your clients' experiences using your system. Show them what is possible. Explain to them. Show them your system, 3 to 5 steps, and then also share some case study and testimonials through your own experience as well as your clients so that you can say, no, I get it. I've been where you are. My clients have been there. We get it. This is the system. This is the way. It's proven. We use it. And I want to take you through the same system. Okay, so you've got to help them. So we're not overstuffing. We're not overselling. We are focusing on a 3 to 5 step process and then share some social proof to back that up. Okay. Number 3, the reason why your buyers are not buying is they believe they can just do it themselves. Now, this happens because you've given them too much. Now, this happens when I see my clients or people in my audience bring on potential buyers and onto coaching sessions or strategy sessions, not sales calls. You get people into a conversation that are eager to buy, they're interested, and they're actually in a position to buy from you. And then you give them strategies and you give them free coaching and unsolicited advice. And you give them all this stuff to go think about or to go do. And so now when you invite them to come work with you, they're like, I think I could just go try this for a little bit. I think I could keep doing what I'm doing, or I'm just going to go try these things you just said. I'm going to go continue to try to do this on my own. And this is because you've given them too much to think about, or you've given them too many things to do. So when you're in sales conversations, you're not coaching. You're not given strategy. You're not given action steps. You're not given homework. You're not giving them a lot to think about. You're focusing. You're here. You want to be here. Here's how I can help you, 3 to 5 steps. That's it. We're not doing anything else, because anything else is going to get their wheels turning, and you're going to give them way too much to think about that's not relevant. And you're going to have them thinking, you know what? Wow, this is great stuff you just gave me. Let me go do that. I'll just go do this stuff. I could do this myself. Okay. The other reason this happens is twofold too, because the other reason that this can happen sometimes is they're not bought into your way. They're not bought into your methodology. So maybe you explain your 3 to 5 steps to them, right? And they're not buying it, right? And so what you need to do is not just explain the steps, but you also need to go into explaining why. Why do you believe that your methodology, that your process, that your signature system, that your way is the way? Like, why should they want your way over what they're doing now, or over your competitor's way, or the other thing they're learning? Keep in mind, people are learning and consuming a lot of different things. So when they're talking to you, they're trying to compartmentalize. Should it be this way? Should I do that? Should I do this? I heard that over here, but this one's doing that, and I've been doing this. Maybe I could just keep doing that. And so you have to remember there's a lot going on upstairs. And so you don't want to just tell them, here's the 3 to 5 steps that we'll do together. Here's what I'm going to help you with. You want to take it a layer deeper. A layer deeper is going into, here's why I think this is going to be best for you, and tailor that for them. Here's why I think my way is going to work better than what you're doing now, or better than that thing, or this thing, or that idea you had. Here's why I believe so much that what you and I will do together here in this 3 to 5 steps is the next step for you. It's the best solution for you. Here's why I believe that. Okay, so you've got to get them to buy in to your way as their way, as this is the next step for me. This makes total sense. This sounds like the solution for me. Because if all you do is just tell them what you do, it's just not enough, okay? So that is another reason they can get them to believe, I could just keep doing this myself, or another way, or try something else, or whatever, okay? So you want to actually help them. You want to actually help them, have them explain to you what it's going to look like for them to do this, go off and do it by themselves. Okay, explain to me, like, share with me, enlighten me. What are you going to go do? Like, what are your next steps? What is it that you're going to specifically do to make this outcome happen? Because you have to remember, they're already trying things that are not working. They've already invested and it's not working. They already did the free thing. It's not working. Whatever they've been doing to this point has not worked. So we have to make sure that we remind them of that. And it's not a scare tactic. It's just facts. The fact is, you're doing all these things that you just told me you're doing. You've invested in all these things. You've done all these things. You're doing all these things. They're not working. So to me, it sounds like you need another way. It sounds like you're just going to go off and keep doing what doesn't work, right? So bring them back down to reality of their situation and help walk them through and have them explain, what is it going to be like to go do this yourself? Because it sounds like you've tried everything. It sounds like you've been doing all the things. Like, how much longer can you afford to keep doing that, right? We're just going to bring them down to reality. It's not a scare tactic. It's reality. It's a reality checking question. Okay, so those are the 3 reasons, guys, that your buyers are not buying. If you make these small pivots and shifts, guys, your buyers are going to raise their hand. They're going to show up, and you're going to start converting and supporting and serving your clients at a bigger scale. All right, let us know your takeaways. I want to hear your comments. I want to hear your takeaways. I'd love to know what you think about this. And I will see you in another PETV.